Last week on MasterChef Australia,
This exercise is about shaking the tree.
11 eliminated contestants battle it out for a place back in the competition.
This is brilliant.
And Jimmy, Peter and Courtney earned a second shot at their MasterChef dream.
It's time for us all to get ready for a really tough competition ahead.
Tonight, the top 10 amateurs begin the countdown to finals week.
This is the moment that MasterChef has got serious.
First up, the mystery box reveals an exotic surprise.
Don't try this at home.
Then the hopefuls pair up to cook a home-style menu in the Invention test.
This should play right into our favour.
Can their skill match the experience of Australian culinary icon Margaret Fulton?
Knowing that she's going to be eating my food and judging it is really scary.
The prize for the ultimate winner, a chance to work alongside some of the country's best chefs, publish their very own cookbook, $100,000 to launch their food dream, and the title of Australia's next MasterChef.
Waking up this morning, Marion has kindly made me some chicken soup because I'm not feeling too well. But I don't think I should let anything affect my performance at this stage of the competition.
Courtney?
That time, is it?
Yes.
Peter, Jimmy and Courtney are back and they're clearly ready to cook. We can't be complacent anymore and we can't just sort of hang in there till the end. We've got to fight for our spots.
All opened up. We leave the house, ready for a new week. Here we go.
Walking into the kitchen today, I feel very lucky to have a second chance. Now it's just a matter of me making my mark on the competition, so hopefully I can pump out some great food.
Welcome back to a whole new week in the MasterChef kitchen.
Now to those boxes in front of you. The Mystery Box Challenge. Each one of you under those lids has the same ingredients in front of you. You have to cook your heart out because we're only gonna taste the top 3 dishes of the day. From there, one of you will win. The winner will not only get one advantage, they'll get 2. Going into the main part of today, the Invention test.
Are you ready to find out what's under that lid? You can lift the lids on your mystery box now.
Sweet.
One thing I do know about snails is that these snails are specially bred for eating. It's not a question of, someone's just wandered out to the MasterChef garden and picked out a few garden variety snails.
You've got some gorgeous ingredients there. You've got snails, parsley, puff pastry, pistachios, capsicums, garlic, butter, rhubarb, cinnamon, and white chocolate. You've got a couple of pantry ingredients: eggs, cream, white wine vinegar, and salt flakes.
We've got an interesting mystery box in front of us. And I can see a lot of garlic snails in the judge's future.
You'll have 45 minutes to create something that blows us away. Your time starts now.
Closed.
Adam,
Hey guys.
snails, are you cooking with them?
Figure if you have cooked snails with Heston Blumenthal 2 weeks ago, to not use them today would be a crime.
Just remember the taste and the elements and the textures.
What's your dish?
Shiogama, it means salt dome in Japanese, so it's a dome of salt and egg white, and in that's a package of snails that are going to be with a
Like a salt
pistachio.
crust, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, more or less.
Okay.
Let's hope the salt crust does its thing.
Thanks.
I use snails in my signature dish in Top 50, so I'm quite happy to be using snails today because I really love to cook with them. I'm doing garlic butter snails with parsley cream and a little puff pastry soldier to mop it all up with.
Ladies and gentlemen, I hope you're not moving like a snail, because you've only got 30 minutes to go.
I don't think the judges want to end up with 10 garlic butter snail dishes. So if I can do a dessert, which might be something a little bit different, then hopefully I might get noticed.
So I'm going to try and make like a little thin biscuit out of pistachios that I've ground up, and I'm going to layer it with a white chocolate mousse and some rhubarb. So it's going to be sort of like a millefeuille, I guess.
You look nervous, Callum.
I am.
Get it together.
I think the risks with this dish is the pistachio biscuits. I've made this recipe before, but unfortunately there's no flour, so I'm going to try making them, and if they don't work out, I'm going to have to come up with a plan B.
Alvin, very concentrated. What's going on?
I'm doing snails cooked 2 ways, so poached in butter and then sautéed in garlic. I'm also making a pickled rhubarb and pistachio and white chocolate salad.
I love that. That's fabulous. So what's in there?
That's just rhubarb, and then you massage equal amounts of salt and sugar.
Alvin?
Lovely. Thanks, Gary.
I can't wait.
Good luck, mate.
Thanks.
I just hope I haven't gone too crazy.
I'm wrapping up the snails in a little package of baking paper. Traditionally, this would be done inside a leaf or something, but without them, a little bit of baking paper is fine. I'm going to put the little package of snails on that and then cover it with the salt crust. This salt dome has to bake for about 15 to 20 minutes, so it's nice and firm. It should sort of crack and fall away and then leave you with that little package inside that you can open up and then hopefully get this beautiful aroma of parsley and pistachio butter.
I tried to make a little pistachio biscuit, but we didn't have flour as an ingredient. I thought I might be able to get around it, but it just never got there. I think it really needed the flour, so I'm deciding not to use it in the dish.
I realised that my original idea isn't going to work, and I'm going to have to come up with a plan B. Instead, I'm going to layer the dessert with puff pastry.
They say slow and steady wins the race. Let's get these snails over the line. You've got 15 minutes to go. Look, I'm really pleased to see they've gone with the snails. It's fantastic.
I think they're a beautiful commodity, and they're grown here in our country.
Yeah, they're gorgeous. Adam's doing an impressive little Japanese salt crust with the same sort of classic flavours inside, but I'm really looking forward to seeing that. The one I'm really excited about is Alvin. He's making an eggnet, you know, as a little batter, and he's using a pickled and sugared rhubarb with white chocolate. Where the hell did he get that idea from? I think it's absolutely fabulous.
As my plan B dish is coming together, I'm happy to have something on the plate, but at the same time, it's not what I originally had planned. A little bit disappointed, but at least I got something on the plate.
Finishing lines in sight. You've got 1 minute to go.
With only a minute to go, I pull my pastry out. It's not quite cooked on the bottom, so I just take the top layer off, cut that into soldiers and put it on the plates.
You've got 10 seconds to go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That's it. Step away from your plate.
You've just completed the Mystery Box Challenge where you have created something beautiful, delicious and magnificent. We're now going to taste the 3 best dishes of the day to find our winner. The first dish that's fought its way through to the tasting table is Adam's.
I haven't been called up for a mystery box tasting in a very long time. I'm happy to be up there. It's almost a new experience for me.
I love the idea of it. I love the fact that you've thought outside of the square. You don't eat the crust?
No, you don't eat the crust.
That's just purely for flavour, right?
It's to protect the ingredients that are inside it.
Okay. So crack it?
Yep.
Even though the flavour's good and true inside and you get those nice tender snails, it's all too small for me. It just doesn't really give me an impression of much at all.
Yeah, it's a small portion, but if that was part of a procession of, you know, 8, 9 dishes, that's perfect. You can imagine the waiter just cracking that open in front of you. It's a whole ceremony of those snails. They're tasty, you've prepared them beautifully, they're seasoned well. A really cracking effort, mate.
Thanks.
I love the fact that you've given us beautiful snail feet, the tastiest bit of the snail. I believe that's probably a tip you picked up from Heston, his snail porridge. And I just think it's a really clever, intelligent, delicious dish that's supposed to be a little amuse, a little thing to get your palate going at the beginning of the meal. So well done. I really, really like that.
Thanks,
really clever, Adam.
I'm just really glad the judges have embraced the fun that I'm having with this dish and seen it as being something that is a little bit creative and a little bit smart in what I cooked.
The next person up to the tasting table is Alvin.
I know Matt and Gary, seasoned snail eaters, might condemn the way I cook my snails, so yeah, I'm a little nervous.
It's a crazy combination of flavours that if you get right, honestly, you've hit the jackpot. If you get it wrong, you look like a jackass. It just seems like lunacy to me. But you know what? It works. You get this sort of creaminess of those butter poached snails. They're just so soft, they just disintegrate in your mouth. And you get this fruity acidity from the rhubarb, and then it's sort of wiped clean by this white, sweet chocolate. I just think it's a really wild, out there, cracker of a combination. And I don't know where you get the ideas from. But you know what? Keep doing it, because I love it.
Thanks, Gary.
I love this, and I absolutely adore this pickled rhubarb. It's fantastic, and I just don't know why I've never thought of that. I must be following the pack again. You're not.
Thanks, George.
I am proud at how far I've come. The amount of challenges they've thrown at me, and I've come out a little bit battered and bruised, but still in a good place right now.
The last person's dish that we'd like to taste belongs to Callum.
Okay. I'm a little bit nervous when I hear the judges call my name because I'm not particularly happy with my dish today.
Callum, where this dish lets itself down is it hasn't quite got that sharpness, you know? You want to see all those little rounds of rhubarb exactly the same, and the edges of the pastry need to be crisp.
Yeah.
But in terms of flavour, that rhubarb has still got some bite to it, it's got some tang, which kind of balances the really big salty hit you've got from the white chocolate. It's a really, really good example of how with simple home ingredients, you can make a dish that's exciting and exhilarating.
looks nice, it looks pretty. What I don't like about it is the pastry. It's cooked, but it's a bit flaky, it's a bit dry, and you haven't combated that very well, and it's a bit chewy, to be honest, which tells me that maybe it's been overworked a little bit. But what I love is that sharpness of the rhubarb, and I love the sweetness of this little sauce and the crunchy pistachios. It's a nice little pastry dish. We selected 3 of the best dishes of the day. We've tasted them, and of course now we've made a decision which one is best. The winner of today's Mystery Box Challenge is... Alvin.
I am so happy. My first mystery box win.
That is a very interesting, out there, complex, tasty, full of texture kind of dish.
You all now face the main event of today, the Invention test. We got some special surprises for you. And the first surprise for today, you'll be working in pairs.
Last time I was in this kitchen working in pairs on an Invention test, I came out with a pin and a win.
Alvin, we told you you have 2 advantages for winning that Mystery Box Challenge. The first one, you pick the pairs. Yes. Who's going to be your partner?
Can I pick one of the judges?
Only if you pick Matt.
I'm ready to go.
Alvin?
I'm going to work with Marion.
Why Marion?
It's Marion. Who wouldn't want to work with Marion?
Alvin, now you need to pick the next pair. Who's it going to be?
My next pair will be Adam and Claire. Courtney and Jonathan.
Sweet.
Peter with Aaron.
Awesome. That means Jimmy and Callum, you're the final pair.
I suppose the main disadvantage of working the pair is if someone makes a critical error, the other person has to pay for it.
If you're in the winning team today, you get to nominate one of you to compete in the Celebrity Chef Challenge. We're also looking for the 2 least impressive pairs of the day. You'll face off in the pressure test and risk elimination.
Today's theme is to cook a home-style meal. Today's Invention test also comes with a big dose of inspiration in the form of a very special guest. She was named one of the 25 most influential Australians by the Sunday Telegraph. Her 1968 cookbook was basically the first full-colour glossy cookbook, the sort of cookbooks we know and love today. She is the godmother of Australian home cooking. She is the irrepressible, the magnificent, and the hugely influential Margaret Fulton.
She's the queen of Australian cooking. My mum's first cookbook when she first came to Australia was Margaret Fulton, and all the memories come flooding back. I'm excited but nervous at the same time.
I was going to do...
Don't. Oh, no. Don't want you.
That's what the young kids are doing, aren't they?
I know.
Mwah. Give me that. Mwah.
I know what the young kids are doing. Oh.
She's this tiny lady, but she packs such a punch. She's high-fiving the judges. You just want to take her home. You just want to give her a cuddle. She's so cute.
Margaret?
Yeah?
One bit of advice for our contestants who are about to do a home-style cooking challenge.
You've got to love what you do, and you've got to love the people that you're doing it for, because they will love you in return. The times I've been told, oh, Margaret, you're so marvellous, you're wonderful, and I've cooked them a pikelet or something like that. And I think you've just got to be proud of what you can do.
You're cooking for Margaret, and Margaret Fulton will be on our judging panel.
You have to cook and plate up a 2-course home-style meal for the 4 of us. It's up to you. You can serve it platter style or individually at the table, but it must be beautiful, bountiful and full of love, just like at home. Alvin and Marion, time to pick the core ingredient in the pantry. All right, guys. The first pair of core ingredients: chicken and oranges. The second pair of core ingredients: chocolate and beef ribeye. The final pair of core ingredient.
Oh my God. Oh.
Tuna and apples.
Alvin, time to put them out of their misery. Reveal which 2 core ingredients you chose.
We picked chicken and oranges.
Marion and Alvin had 5 minutes in the pantry to pick their core ingredients and their 15 other ingredients to make their 2 dishes. You'll have 2 minutes. Your 2 minutes starts now.
Look, pantry visits are always tough. It's a panic kind of thing because if you miss something crucial, you're going to pay for it for the rest of the day.
I feel like I'm missing an ingredient.
We still haven't locked in what we're cooking. I don't know what's going on. I just start grabbing things that go with chicken.
Out you come, time's up.
You're cooking for iconic Margaret Fulton. Your 90 minutes starts now.
Claire, we should do a prep list.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea. Break them single, so like that with the skin on.
Perfect, yeah.
What are you cooking for your family-style menu?
Well, we're making a main and dessert. I'm making a sweet cake to go with a nice sort of light chicken broth.
And Marion, what are you doing?
I'm doing an orange and coconut fried ice cream.
Does that sound good, Margaret? Does that sound like a family-style meal?
Yeah,
That exotic. Where did the ideas come from?
Mum used to get me yam cake from the market, and it just brings back a lot of good memories. So because we couldn't find any yam, I thought we'll alter that by using sweet instead.
We had to substitute yams with swede. The starchy consistency between yam and swede, I don't think they're similar, and the risk is that it might not work.
Adam's cooking green tea and chicken dumplings. I'm doing MasterChef fried chicken with chili caramel and orange salt. MasterChef is basically an Asian style stock. The flavours are completely different, and the point of poaching a chicken in MasterChef is that you get a whole lot of flavours infused in the bird before you fry it.
How are you going?
Very well, thanks, George.
Tell me menu, what is it?
I'm doing a dish called cluck in wrap, which is a chicken that is it's served on a
crepe. Margaret Fulton, she's going to love it.
I think that Margaret Fulton's aware that, you know, food's changing and people are exposing themselves to new influences. And I think about my family being at home. This is what I'd do at home.
Today, I'm cooking an orange mascarpone and walnut tart. The thing with pastry is it's ideal to have cool surfaces, and the MasterChef kitchen is not a place for cool surfaces. It's full of hot, stressed bodies, very hot benches. So my pastry's probably a little bit warm. So I know the pastry isn't perfect. They're gonna be fine.
Which part of these are we going to use? Just the leg?
No, I don't reckon we
Just serve the crown?
Yeah, I reckon we just
So
serve
just
the
put
rest.
them all in the sauce?
Yeah.
Okay.
Connie and I are making a main and a dessert. Connie's going to make a classic roast chicken with a roast chicken jus, and I'm making the dessert, which is an orange curd tart and a Grand Marnier sauce.
It's the most extravagant chicken jus I've ever seen.
We're hoping that it's full of flavour. That's what we're really going for.
And that's what she wants.
Okay. Yeah. When you make lemon curd or orange curd, do you cook it in a pot like that, or do you put a bowl over hot water?
I use the bowl and hot water.
I've made it like this a lot of times. I know it can scramble. I don't really have time to do this slowly. I actually had to do it really fast, and that's why I did it straight on the flame. It's just to run a risk of scrambling the eggs.
We'd love you, our MasterChef contestants, to show Margaret Fulton that home is where the heart is. You have 45 minutes to go.
You running on schedule, mate?
Yeah, I'm going to get my pastry in, and then I can help you.
It tastes really good, Alvin.
Yeah, the cake is coming out well too. It's getting there.
Oh, scrambled eggs.
Where?
Scrambled, no? Is that scrambled?
I don't think it's scrambled eggs. Do you think it's
Orange
scrambled?
curd.
Some of the egg did solidify on the top part, but it hasn't come through in the whole thing.
Get it cooled down quickly. You know, a good idea. Get a flat tray, get it in the fridge quickly.
It's not grainy. It's still a very smooth curd. Hopefully, it should be all right.
What are you guys cooking?
For dessert, we're going to do an orange parfait with some fresh oranges and raspberries.
And I'm doing a silky lentil soup, and I've taken the chicken, I've made them into little meatballs. They're going to be sitting in the middle of it, and we're making some flatbread with it as well.
What excites me most of all is to think that we're becoming such a multicultural society, and it's lovely to think we're eating like this.
The sweet cake has been steaming for 20 minutes. I have a peek, and that's when I noticed that it's not setting properly.
That's done, but it needs to dry, you know what I mean?
Oh.
So I'm slightly panicking, and it's slowly turning into a goopy mess.
I don't reckon that's going to set in there. I reckon we get it into smaller ramekins and try steaming it again. Do you reckon?
Yeah, let's do it.
I cannot believe what I'm seeing. My dish is falling apart, my cake is not setting, and I might not have anything to plate up.
There's a great feeling in the room today. It's great to see that Margaret Fulton can inspire them to cook food from their family.
Oh, it's hot, it's hot.
Alvin and Marion, their dishes sound beautiful, and what I love most is the deep fried ice cream.
I think she's worried about it though, to be honest, and I would be too. I mean, it's all about timing, so it's really got to set rock hard.
I need to cover the little parfait balls with cake. If they're not completely covered, then obviously the oil will be able to get to the ice cream when I go to fry it.
I get the balls straight back into the freezer so that they have time to firm up a little bit before I fry them.
Not confident that they'll freeze in time. I'm just crossing my fingers and hoping.
So now under 15 minutes to go, and I only just got my tart shells out of the oven. They're probably slightly undercooked, but really I've just got to get these back into the blast chiller. Yeah, I've still got to get it cool before I put the mixture into it. So I've got quite a lot to do, which I'm a bit worried about.
You've got 10 minutes to go.
Not happy with that.
It's all right, mate. We've got time to fix it. I jumped in to help Aaron cook the crate. The crate is cooking perfectly fine on one side, and then it comes to flipping, so I go to flip it over, rips in half. Mate, the crate situation is getting a little bit tougher than I expected.
At the end of the day, I need one good one.
It was driving me crazy. Do you reckon this is going to work?
Yep, worked. Perfect. Great.
As?
Well, just don't worry about it.
I'm going to get it this time, mate.
You get it this time, please.
I think Aaron's blood pressure was rising. Mate, I'm sorry, it's just...
Don't stop saying sorry.
I'm trying to help, not hinder this guy, so hopefully we can just get this crepe done. About 7 attempts later...
Yay!
OK, now we're cooking with gas. I finally get a crepe out without ripping it.
How's the one in a plate turning out?
Looking in the steamer for the second time, my heart starts to sink.
Nah, it's not really setting.
Okay, if that doesn't work, we still have a whole chicken.
Yeah.
Right? We can still
Why don't we
serve
try
them.
frying it?
It's slowly becoming a train wreck.
It's not really crusting up.
Yeah. How about we pan it?
I started this challenge with high hopes,
Do you want to make a quick omelette? I've got 2 eggs.
but looking at what's happening now, my only hope is that I don't end up being the bottom pair.
Sorry, Maz.
It's all right, darling. Don't worry about it. I thought Swedes would work as well.
Looking at what Marion has done, she's not having too good a day herself.
It's been sitting there a while.
Her fried ice cream is not setting. When it cuts open, it's liquefied. So collectively, I think this is an A-grade disaster.
Are you done?
Not yet, mate. I still got to plate up.
You've got 2 minutes to go.
Courtney, I need you to help me. In the blast chiller, there's 2 tarts on the top shelf. Can you get them?
Yep.
It's on the oven tray.
Yep. I open up the door and there is 2 empty tart shells on the top shelf. On the trays, Jonathan?
Yeah, on the top shelf on the tray.
Yep. What the hell has gone on? What has he been doing for an hour and a half? There is 2 empty tart cases that haven't been cut. They're still in the tin.
Oh, no. I really have no time to even think about this.
Jonathan is just a madman at this stage. I just can't see this dish getting plated up.
You've got 10 seconds to go.
Come grab him, mate.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That's it. Step away from your plates.
Yeah!
Well done, mate. Well done, brother.
How come everyone's got 4 things and we've got 1?
I've made a critical error.
Uh-oh.
I look around and everyone's got 4 plates. I thought we had to serve 1 plate, 1 dish for a tasting, and I've misunderstood the challenge totally. The fact that I've misheard something is probably going to cost me my dream of continuing on in this competition, and it may also cost Pete, and that's really terrible.
It was a great challenge today to watch them cook with so much joy and so much happiness.
Yes.
It'll be interesting to see if they translate that into the food that they're going to put on the plate for us right now.
It's a classic roast chicken with vegetables, chicken jus, and a fennel and lemon salt.
The dessert's a orange curd tart with Grand Marnier sauce.
You confident about putting a simple roast chook in front of all 4 of us?
For me, a roast dinner is what going back home is all about.
Love a roast chicken. It's one of my favourite all-time dishes. You've got some really good flavours going on here, like the jus is fabulous. It's really strong, it's intense.
That jus is magnificent. That is there, for me, liquid gold.
The chicken has a lovely flavour. The vegetables, you could have made them not so hard to get at, but when I got it, it was lovely.
Right, well, let's move on to tasting the dessert. Jonathan, if you came into my family's home and put down 2 desserts for 4 people, there'd be war.
I only had 3 rings, and I thought there's plenty of times that I've been to a restaurant where I've had to share dessert.
Jonathan, I really like that Grand Marnier sauce. That pastry is terrible, and the filling hasn't set. It's a disaster, really.
Sorry, Courtney. I need to apologise to Courtney, because she's just come back into the competition, and I could be the reason that she's going into a pressure test. It's not a good feeling.
Just grab that plate. Thanks, mate. The main dish is a dansak dal with minced kebabs and some Indian chapati bread as well.
Orange and macadamia praline parfait with a large macaroon on top, orange dust and fresh raspberries and oranges.
How does one eat this?
If you're eating it Indian style, you break off a little bit of bread, a bit of the meatball, and away you go.
Let's give it a go. Enjoying food's all about. I always like a new experience, especially a pleasant experience, and this is a pleasant experience.
I've got a bit of bone in mine, Jimmy.
No.
Yeah. Sharp bit too.
And Gary, I've got a nice bit of gristle in mine as well.
I must have eaten about 6 of them when I was cooking. I didn't find anything. It's just bad luck.
I think it's time that we taste Callum's dessert.
I absolutely adore it. I really do.
Have you got any doggy bags?
It has texture, it has flavour, it has concept, it has execution. Now, that dessert is one of the best things we've seen in the competition so far. You can go now and go and have a little bask down there in your glory. Well done.
Thanks, Matt. Matt doesn't give out praise that easily, so to hear something like that from him is pretty special.
Swede omelette with dried shrimp sambal, poached chicken and light broth.
Coconut and orange fried ice cream with salted macadamias and a soy and orange caramel.
Why aren't there 4 main courses on the table right now?
We did want it to be a shared dish, but I don't think it turned out as large as we wanted it to.
Innovative, exciting, bags of flavour, but not enough.
It's pretty underwhelming considering that you had an hour and a half. I don't think it's very good at all.
I don't think it's a total disaster. Anything that tastes so good can't be a total disaster.
That dessert needs to be absolutely rocking to save you from being in the bottom two pairs.
It's far too hard.
We tasted these deep-fried ice cream balls when they came out of the deep-fat fryer and we cut them open. The ice cream was melted. This ice cream is refrozen in the time that it's taken to reset for the tasting. I've got to judge you on how they were at the end of the 90 minutes.
Yeah.
But that soy orange caramel is absolutely brilliant.
Certainly 10 out of 10 for the sauce.
That is high praise indeed. However, whether that inspirational orange and soy caramel is enough to allow us to overlook the meagre first course, whole nother matter.
It's like 4 eyes just looking at this one plate.
Home-style chicken crepe with a chipotle sauce and a coriander oil.
Mascarpone, orange and walnut tart for dessert.
Thank you, George. I actually really like the way you've used the crepe instead of a tortilla. It lifts it from being a home-style dish into being something a little bit more fancy. And it just breaks my heart that you didn't fully get the notion that it had to be either a big shared plate or 4 individual plates.
The flavour's just lovely. The silky pancakes, they're very nice. I would have liked more, of course.
Let's taste the dessert. Peter, is this supposed to be set?
It's a soft set mascarpone sabayon, so it's meant to be unctuous and oozy.
The pastry, it's a little bit tough. The flavour of that mascarpone is lovely. It's soft, it's silky, but I think it should be a little bit more set, honestly.
Okay.
The orange is not good. I don't like it. I've got a big wedge. Look how thick that is.
Do you know my recommendation? Forget the orange and just smother the cream in that sweet walnut crumb, because it's a winner.
Okay.
It'd be really nice to serve Margaret food that she walks away and remembers.
Green tea dumpling with coriander and chicken, with the chili oil and an orange ginger vinegar.
Fried master stock chicken with chili caramel and orange salt.
I'll be honest with you, dumpling skin's not my cup of tea. But what I do love is I love the little filling you put in the dumpling, and I think the broth is sensational.
I love the way something quite home-style is spiked by that lemon ginger vinegar and by your chili oil as well. So well done, good dish.
Thanks, man.
Right, let's taste this main course.
Pass it out. This is what it's all about, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's true family style, isn't it?
Oh, lovely.
I love chicken that you can get your fingers into and they're all sticky and greasy, but it's got to have that wallop, you know? It's got to have that flavour. You know what? Bloody beautiful. It was gorgeous. I love it. I think it's great. It's got that sort of lovely, soft, succulent chicken and that crispy skin with a little hit of chili and a bit of sweet, and you can't stop eating it.
Hallelujah! Hallelujah! Claire, You've finally done it. That is beautiful.
They say you can never trust a thin cook, but you can with Claire. I tell you, it's just so unexpected to taste something so good that is so simple.
Claire, this is happy food cooked by a happy person who finally seems to let go. And you're cooking, and it's fantastic to see, and you're there, and you're in the moment, and that's where you should be.
I've managed to please all 4 judges, and I don't think I've ever done that before. I can't remember having felt this happy in a very long time, so I'm wrapped.
So to the business end of the challenge. The honour of naming our winning pair today must, obviously, fall to Margaret Fulton. Margaret?
Well, Claire and Adam, congratulations.
Oh, I'm so happy. I'm just so happy. I can't describe it. In a way, I'm kind of glad that I've had to wait because it makes it so much sweeter.
Thank you so much, Margaret, for coming in and sharing a bit of your wisdom, because you've got a lot of that. Any parting words for our contestants?
I hope you can encourage the next generation of young cooks to find the joy you found in cooking. Keep chopping and stirring.
Thank you so much. Shall I?
It was awesome to meet her, and a lovely person and a real inspiration to keep cooking and to keep smiling and to keep enjoying it.
Claire, Adam, congratulations. Please step forward. Well done. As your prize for winning the Invention test, you now have to decide which one of you will go forward into the Celebrity Chef Challenge. Is it Claire or is it Adam?
Well, I think as soon as we were paired up together, it was kind of obvious. I got a mini pin, Claire's first Invention test win. So I'm gonna have another crack at it. No, honestly, 1000% Claire.
Adam, thank you for your generosity. Claire, thank you. You can both leave.
I do feel energised in a way that I haven't felt in a long time, so yeah, it's very exciting.
Alvin, Marion. Peter, Aaron. The 4 of you have failed to make the grade. You will be in a pressure test tomorrow.
I've never been in a pressure test in this competition yet, and I'm going to have to figure out a way to get myself through it.
You'll face challenges in this kitchen that are hard. You'll face challenges in this kitchen that are very hard. Tomorrow is off the Richter scale.
Tomorrow night on MasterChef Australia.
This is time versus terror.
Aaron, Peter, Marion and Alvin go head-to-head in the fight of their lives.
I'm not sure if I can actually do this.
The pressure is on to conquer a creation by pastry king Adriano Zumbo.
This is the Mount Everest of pastry challenges.
Who will have what it takes to master the dish and keep their dream alive?
This challenge is bigger than Ben-Hur.
And as the countdown to finals week continues,
I think Claire really is in with a shot today.
Claire faces celebrity chef Adam Alonis in a battle for immunity.
I'm going to give him a run for his money.
And 2 teams take on their biggest challenge yet.
It's time to pull out the heavy artillery.
As they cater for 100 ravenous soldiers.
This is our big chance to give something back for the guys who do so much for us.